So the first agency website that I'm just obsessed with right now is metalab.com. You can see that they've got a list of all of their clients, and as you hover over each of these, you've got kind of an opaque teaser of images behind that's showing you kind of what you're going to see as you click on these to read the full case studies. Now, again, with clients like Pitch and Uber and Slack and Google, it's going to be really easy for MetaLab to convince me that they are a top tier agency. And so as I click, let's just click Pitch here so I can kind of show you what these case studies are looking like. I rarely see agency sites that put this much thought and time and effort into a single case study. And I guarantee that this is paying off for MetaLab, because not only are they showing you the work that they can do and the caliber of their work, but they're walking you through the entire process, not only with really great copy, but with awesome images and interactions. And the whole thing is just an experience that is really cool to see. So as I scroll down here, you're going to see that we've got some kind of overall details of the project, a little bit of copy, and then we're diving right into a little bit of wow factor, a little bit of social proof by talking about an article on this client on TechCrunch, and then we've got a testimonial video over here to the right. And as we continue to scroll down, we're going to have some images kind of fading in on scroll with some custom 3D graphics. This type of stuff just, it brings the whole thing together and it makes it seem really impressive. As we scroll down again on scroll, we've got some cards that are moving, so it's not just a top to bottom scroll. It's got some really cool animations. As we continue down again on scroll, we've got different elements fading in. You can see how this whole thing this is much more than just telling the story. This is like really walking you through the entire thing and making you feel like you're a part of it. We've got some great testimonials here, some more images. And then again, we've got some, rather than just static images, we've got some movement, some video. All of these things are just going to keep people more engaged. Now, one thing that I've seen is with these types of websites, they're going for a higher caliber, like a top tier clientele. And so their case studies need to be much more in depth, because it's one thing if you're trying to sell somebody on a $3,000 website, but if you're trying to sell somebody on a $400,000 project, you need to have case studies that can back up every single step of your process, not just the final result. And so I think this is really cool that they're kind of showing you beyond just their work, but they're showing you what it's like to work with them and what sets them apart. So if you want to check out more on MetaLab's website, you can go to metalab.com. I'm also going to drop it down in the description. So now let's head to number 2. The next agency website that I'm really jealous of is Horizon.co. This is an agency that does a ton of stuff on Dribbble, so chances are you've probably come across some of their work. But this is the king of all white space websites. I love what they've done here. It is really focused on case studies and content, and not so much about a super custom design. And I think there are a lot of benefits that come with this. Primarily, you can focus on what's most important and not distract people with any custom or over-the-top colors, animations, things like that. But also, it's a very safe way to appeal to a wider audience. And so the things that I love about this is they've got some movement as you move the mouse around. They're not using static images. Everything feels very custom and unique, which is really cool. I love their button right here is View Showreel. A good showreel is something that I've always wanted to have, and we've just never gotten around to making one. But as I watch these, it makes me super jealous, because it's something that I think every agency should have, because in just a minute or so, you're able to show all of your work. And these are the types of things that people really like to look for. So as I scroll down, again, just a ton of white space, and then they dive right into their case studies. Again, as I move my mouse around, there's a lot of movement, so these aren't just static. But I love that with a white space website, that allows you to utilize the colors of each individual project that you've worked on. So you can bring in the blues and purples and oranges, and it allows a lot of variety in your website, which makes it easier to keep things organized and easy to find, and a lot more engaging. So you can see as I click through, maybe let's just go love the sales. As I click through this case study, again, it's all branded according to the client, from the colors, the background, everything like that. And then they've got a ton of great imagery that's just walking you through their experience working with this client. And so one thing that I would highly recommend is if you are ever stuck building your agency website, don't be afraid to go very simple. A lot of white space, very safe fonts. This is going to allow you to focus more on your case studies, and it's going to be a lot easier for you to put together an agency site that you're happy with right now and that you're not going to get sick of a month from now, because that is the classic issue with us as freelancers or agencies is we are constantly chasing the perfect portfolio or perfect website, and chances are we're just never going to get there. So we might as well play it safe and come up with something that more of the general population is going to resonate with, and that will allow us to focus more on our work and the experience that our clients had working with us. So you can see a lot of custom icons, more imagery, just walking us through the entire flow. So if you want to check out more, go to Horizon.co. Again, I'll drop that link down in the description, but this is an incredible website. All right, so now I want to share with you my favorite agency website right now. This is a site that, in fact, I fell in love with probably 3 years ago, and they've updated it since and stuck to their same brand, but their new website just, it blows my mind. It's amazing, and I'm super jealous of it. The website is strv.com. This is an agency that makes me want to be a part of it. So I love here, they're really utilizing this red color to highlight that they are next level. And then right away, you can click here to watch their show reel. I love how they've got this image showing within their header. I think this is really unique. And another thing that I like is within their like big headings, they've got this subtext in gray with a smaller font. I think this is a really cool way to break up copy and add some visual hierarchy without using too many images or videos or even font variations. So as I scroll down, you can see here that they've got their show reel playing. And then we dive into a little more copy. And again, I love what they've done. This is just a block of copy, but they're using different font sizes, different font colors. They're breaking it up with like sliding or changing images. Such a unique way to utilize copy. And it's really simple. Again, you don't have to do a whole lot to be able to kind of control where your viewers are looking. And they've done a great job of that here. So as we continue to scroll, you can see they've worked with some incredible companies. And then right here, we're diving right into our case studies. I love that on hover, this big white bubble pops up that says view, and they have kind of like randomized blocks, so everything's not the same. Kind of a fun way to break things up. Another thing that I really love, if I click on more projects here, I love that they've got this changing like client section where it's flashing their logos. I think this is a really cool way to very quickly show people and illustrate the fact that you've worked with a ton of huge companies. And again, they're doing all of this within the words, which is really, really cool. So again, as we scroll down, you're going to see more case studies. I would highly recommend going to strv.com and just thumbing through everything that they've got here. Again, this website blows my mind. I just think they've done such a great job of keeping it simple, sticking to a very clear brand. And honestly, it makes me want to use the color red in my agency site. So if there are any agency sites or portfolios that you're just obsessed with right now, make sure to drop those down in the comment section below. I would love to take a look at them. And if they are cool enough, maybe I'll feature them in my next video where we're talking about more awesome agency sites. So thanks so much for watching. Remember to click to subscribe if you haven't yet, and we will catch you in the next video.